All right. So if you would, any questions before we get started? Okay. You can keep it brief, anywhere from maybe 4 to 7 minutes, strictly up to you. Just to share us a little insight about what you've learned and what the program's meant to you and so forth. Okay. All right, no particular order. I've got Ann Cano.
I knew it was going to be All right. Overview of our business plan. We all had to tell what we called our elevator speech each night so that we would try to get something down really quickly that we could just tell somebody about. So I did mine on my real estate business. So I just would tell people that I'm a realtor and I specialize in helping you find your place. And I do that by taking time to listen to you and your needs and to take you to see as many houses as you feel like you need to see to buy, or to set you up to sell, or if you want to do investment, or if you want to lease. So we just had our quick little elevator speech. How closely does my business plan support my personal vision? Well, every other day I no longer want to be a realtor, so I don't know. What it did do for me is it helped me look at the money coming in, the money going out, the income. While I keep an Excel spreadsheet of that in this form with the business plan, it made it much easier to look at, made it much more real, scary. But also what I intend to do with it in the future is continue to tweak it, because with the business plan you can play with the income, play with your expenses, and all the spreadsheets tie together so that you can see what you would make or what you wouldn't make, or maybe what you needed to do to make some money, you know, and go a little bit more ahead on that. The FastTrac program has meant being able to look at my numbers for me and help me make decisions on, do I still want to be a realtor tomorrow? So what is my next action step? It still goes back to the same thing. So I really enjoyed the program. Marcus is a great teacher. He was able to bring in real-world application, and it wasn't just all straight from the book, and that really helps because you can look at things a little differently and get some great ideas from it. Thank you.
All right. Hi, my name is Scott Ellsworth. I'm a financial advisor with Chisholm Trail Financial Group. We are the local Williamson County New England Financial, which is the MetLife Company office. Been in business actually almost 2 years. December 14th will be my 2-year anniversary. And basically the overview of my business plan is kind of 2 target markets. One is a parallel to where I'm in my life. I'm mid-30s, my wife is early 30s, I have a 16-month-old child. So I deal with a lot of young families as far as planning, whether it's laying a foundation for their estate planning, or possibly, you know, college planning and what have you. So basically I use the idea of advocacy in that role. And what that means to me is that my 16-month-old son can't turn to myself or my wife and say, hey, what happens to me or to our way of life in case, you know, you're sick or injured or can't work, or heaven forbid you get in an accident and pass away. So I've got to speak for him, I've got to plan for him, and that's part of my mission, is to plan for families around town. Mainly focused in Hutto because I live in Star Ranch. I've been very active in the Hutto Chamber. Actually, I've been on the Hutto Chamber board for a little over a year, and am, because nobody else raised their hand, I am chairman of the board this year. So either we're going to go down in flames or we're going to succeed somehow. I'm not really sure how it's going to work. The question, you know, posed here is, how closely does your business plan support your personal vision? I have an accounting background, and you know, didn't really like accounting, didn't really like or care for who I worked for, it didn't really matter. So what I do now, you know, in growing this business, is getting connected with the community, is helping people. You know, there's no way in my past life that I would have been active in a chamber, been as active in the community as I am now, and I'm really, you know, thankful and blessed for that opportunity. You know, what has the FastTrac program meant to me? It's helped me refocus and re-emphasize what I'm already doing, and gave me some great ideas as far as, you know, is the marketing that I'm doing working for me? I do everything on a kind of a networking and face-to-face basis, because I feel that my business, that everybody that I, you know, talk to and want to do business with needs to know, like, and trust me, and I feel that's very important. So anything I do that's a cold advertising is just basically a waste of money. So what I do a lot of is seminars and networking and things like that, and really getting to know people and getting to figure out what their solutions, may be to their problems that we can have. And I didn't get to write the rest of my notes down because I was second in line here. How has this made a difference in my life? If you go back to that question, this question really looks at the partnership with Temple College and TSTC with Hutto and the growth that we're experiencing. All the folks that went into this program with me and all the folks here are really part of the foundation of the growth of Hutto and the domino effect that it's going to have the next 3 years, 10 years, whatever it may be. How am I planning to use my business plan? Just continuing to do it, like I said, re-emphasizing some ideas that I'm already working with. And my next action step is what I just said, just to kind of continue that and sort of refocus and use the relationships I've built with this class and some of my classmates. Maybe we can help each other out, long term. So that's about it.
Great.
My name is Sherry Mullen. Impressions by Sherry is a business that I started about a year ago, and I use that to promote graphic arts and visual arts to individuals and businesses that they're looking for a unique way to express themselves or to promote and advertise their business. I think I was really fortunate to be in this class because we've had business in the past, and had I known the steps to actually walk through to investigate the business, to look at our personalities, to see if they fit, what we had in mind, I think it would have helped us a lot more. So going forward, I think I can use the knowledge and the skills that I've learned in this class to do that. How closely does my business plan support my personal vision? I think it does well because I'm able to connect with individuals, and I'm able to work at a leisurely pace, which I love. Joe and I are planning on retiring in about 2 years and RVing full-time. And so, we're looking into that, and the graphic design is something that we can do on the road, so I'm really anxious about that. The FastTrac program, I'm really impressed with the speakers that you brought to us. There was a lot of knowledge there, a lot of experience, and so I really was impressed with the speakers. My next step is continue to develop coloring books. That's one of the passions that I have. I have 2 that are currently available, and I use those to quote to businesses that want to give those to children that they can take home, and they're kept around the house, and they're a reminder of the family-oriented business that they've visited.
Hello, I'm April Patterson. I own Gideon Master Reading Learning Center here in Hutto. We are a mastery, you'll hear a lot of people say we're hearing service, but we're actually a mastery of skills learning program. What we do is we test students and we take them in supplemental curriculum at their current learning level. So, you might have a child that might be in 6th grade, but at a 4th grade learning level. We'll bring them down to that level of curriculum and help them build on those skills. And the program works very well for a lot of our students. I'm very proud to say that all of the students who are in our reading program, most if not all, have gone up at least a level in their reading in school, so I'm very proud of that. We have a 98% success rate, so the program just works really well for the students, and we're very proud of our program here. So, I learned about myself that there's so much emphasis in my life on education, especially now since my daughter has gone to kindergarten. I just realized how valuable it is for her to have a quality education. And through our center, we really, really like to communicate that to the people in our community, and now that it's so much more important to me, I can also relate that to the people in our community. I really enjoyed the program a lot. I enjoyed the speakers. I really enjoyed the group activities that we did. That was something new from college that I didn't do. So we had a lot of fun. I enjoyed learning about the different entrepreneurs in our community. It was just kind of refreshing to see people that were also building their businesses and going through the same, learning trials that you're going through. So, and it really helped me refocus where I needed to kind of put my focus on my business. Although it was very important to me, this learning center, and to grow this learning center, and the education part of, just for my daughter, it was just so important, and our learning center was so important for the kids in our community to have a quality education. I learned that I hadn't been communicating that very well to the people in our community. And just going through this, I realized that was the one thing, one of the most important things that I was lacking in communicating, my business to the people in Hutto. So that really, really brought that to light for me. My business plan is very much still in the works, but it was definitely something that I needed to do. It brought a lot of things to light, like just marketing. I realized I hadn't done a lot of marketing research, and there were just so many things that I had missed. And so, taking this class helped me realize that there were just so many different things that I needed to look at that would affect my business that I hadn't looked at before. Like the people that were around me that were doing the same things. I think, like most entrepreneurs in the city, the first thing was, oh, I have a business idea, and this is going to be a great idea. We're going to do well, and just jump into it. I think most entrepreneurs do that. And, you wait till you go through all your learning trials before you say, okay, maybe we need to revisit and see, where we went wrong or what we need to do to improve. And this class has definitely done that for me. I'm definitely using my business plan and tweaking it a little bit more. It helped me realize that I actually enjoyed going through all of the research, and it actually is a very long process. So I learned that about myself, that you cannot procrastinate a business plan. You definitely need to. It's definitely something that you will constantly be working on. And although I did this for this class, I can definitely say that I will be working on it for a good little while from here on out, and constantly changing it. My next step is definitely to communicate the importance of our program to our community. I think right now for our center, it's the biggest thing that we need to do is, we know the importance of it. Our parents whose kids go to our center know the importance of it and they love it, but I think the majority of our community needs to know how incredibly important it is for our kids to have a quality education. And even for the students who are ahead, how important it is for them to stay ahead and stay on track. So that's just something I probably wouldn't have thought too much about, just kind of working and managing employees. I wouldn't have thought very much on, okay, what do we need to do to really, really get us going? And I like to thank Marcus because, it definitely brought a lot of things to light.
As Marcus said, I'm Robin Stiles, and I'm the owner of Waltz Photography, where every image has a story. This became a passion for me years ago. I can go back to when I was a young girl and loved taking pictures and loved being in nature. And as I started looking at some of the photography I was blessed to take on vacations with my husband, I realized that there was a story behind it. And my business plan and my aspirations for this business really fall into my personal vision, in that I think in life we get so caught up in getting there that we don't stop and we don't look at what's around us every day. So my pictures are captured point and shoot, first professional training, and they speak a story to me. And the way I tell that story to you and future customers is through Scripture. And that also, it provides inspiration for people as well. What I learned about, business plan, all the questions. I've thought about wanting to have my own business for a long time, and I started out with a whole different direction when I started the class, and ended up going in this direction because I was able to get a booth at Spirit Fest, and all of a sudden I'm doing a huge event with my pictures. But I never, you don't know what you don't know, and that's what this course has given me, is a platform to ask the questions of myself. How to market, who's my target, where am I going to go after this, and if there is a market for it, because it is very unique and it's very niche. How did this, process made a difference in my life? It reminded me I don't like numbers. And I'm thankful for the financial information in our packet, because now I can just plug and play. Put the numbers in there, it does all the calculations for me. And my next action step is to really look at other avenues to market my work and to see other areas where there might be potential business other than going to events and street fairs or old-time Christmas. Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay, great. Thank you. 4 to 8 minutes. I wasn't ever good with numbers, so 4 to 8 minutes. Wow. Yeah, my name is Lucio Valdez, and the name of our business is, well, it's not my business, my brother's business. It's called Blue Shield Canine. And the concept that we have is that both of us, I'm a retired policeman, he's not, but we're both canine officers. And he wants to use canines to help businesses because there's such a high crime rate and drugs. Drugs are in every business, whether you know it or not. Some of your employees, I'm sure, are using some type of narcotic or illegal prescription that they're not really prescribed. Well, we're trying to help you detect any contraband in your business to save you money by hopefully lowering your insurance costs, to prevent any accidents or any type of mishaps that may be related to narcotic use, alcohol use, even tobaccos. We're coordinating with the prisons to find cell phones. Dogs can detect cell phones by the material that they're made out of. So he's working on that. So that's our elevator speech. It was a short elevator, 2-story building. Okay, is our overview of the business, okay, that's what that was. Okay, how closely does a business plan support? I tell you, the business plan was something else. It's long. Okay. So I filled it out, went step by step. I turned it into Marcus every day. My business plan was so good that I went ahead and retired. I just put the numbers in there, made a profit, and made enough to retire. So that was pretty easy. To do it. Yeah, we got to do it. Didn't see that coming. But anyway, okay. So the FastTrac, what it meant to me, it was very, very educational. My wife, she saw me doing my homework every night, and like I said, I hadn't been to school in a while. And like I said, when we started bringing homework home, I was just plugging into it and. Turn it into Marcus and tell him to send it back to me if something's not right. But I kind of made it by with no problem. But it was very, very helpful, very educational. We learned a lot, my brother and I, because like I said, Marcus was helping me, but I was passing it through to my brother so that we can see the full business plan when he actually does start his business up, and so we can see the full process. We don't want to skip any steps. So when it comes down to, we had some bank president guy come and talk to us. So when we go present our plan to a bank or whoever for a loan, we don't miss any steps in the process. Let's see here. Let's skip a line here. Okay, how are you planning to use our business plan? Well, I just said that we plan to use it, to the letter, including the financial plan, because it's real important that we have everything. We don't want to skip any steps and maybe miss out on something. And as for our next action step, I'll just wait for my brother to retire from his job so we can maybe get this thing going and, really retire, I guess. Thank you.
Good afternoon. As Marcus introduced me, I'm Michelle Larkin from the Larkin Early Developmental Learning Center here in Hutto, Texas. I want to take this time to recognize my husband, who is my partner in this venture, and our 2 children, Alicia and Caleb. Free labor is priceless. And we also have a visitor with us too. Her mom doesn't get off until after 7. She works 7:38 and a half in a hospital. So she said, just please take her with you. It's okay, I promise. But little Samaya just turned 2 months old. So she's the newest and latest addition to the center.
As far as, can I borrow your sheet? I left my sheet on my table. Thank you. As far as what we do at the Larkin Early Developmental Learning Center, we are a daycare center, but a little bit different from your normal daycare center. Our motto is educating students for success in a changing world. And what does that mean? We start the learning process at 18 months. Because at 18 months, we feel that that's where our children are the most curious and they learn the fastest at that age. So why not introduce to them modified circle time, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, color, shapes, and numbers in English and in Spanish. And you'd be surprised as to how fast they catch on. Because if you're driving down the street and they hear a song on the radio, a tune, they're singing it. So why not start the education process at that point? We would also like to be considered a partner through education through our local Hutto ISD. That is one of our aims for our children, is to prepare them for when they transition to school, to public school. Most of our 4 or 5 year old that we have now, they're emergent readers because we start them again early, at 18 months on up. We start them with their sight words and so forth. So our thing is to educate our children at the center and not just be your local or typical babysitter. We want to instill more in them than just playtime. So that's our little elevator speech. And how closely does our business plan support our personal vision? I think it runs pretty close. Because again, educating students for success in a changing world, you're always having to keep up to date with whatever the latest educational tools that are out there. So it runs pretty close. The FastTrac program has meant a great deal to us. We have learned a lot from just going through the steps. I have been a previous business owner back in my hometown. I owned 3 salons, and 1 was an off-base salon, and 2 were on-base, so it was a government contract. And it was a very different process because I just went into the local SBA and said, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is my contract, this is what I have to do it. And they did it for me. So this has meant a lot to me, actually having to plug in the numbers, do the research on my own, and know where to go to get that information. How will having gone through this business plan process make a difference in your life? I think now that I know how to do a business plan and where to go to get this information, I think my business as a whole will grow faster, stronger, and better because now I don't have to depend on someone else. I know how to do the planning for myself. And how am I planning to use this business plan? This business plan is going to be used to grow my business, to make, again, my business stronger, so that I can plan ahead for shortfalls or even overages or surpluses. So it will be a living document for us, and we will continue to revise and revise and revise this business plan. So in a nutshell, our next step actions is to continue to look at our business plan, continue to see where it's taking us and what is the community saying to us according to our numbers, and grow and hopefully not only we benefit from it, but the community benefits from our business as well as we grow. And that is it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Terry Larkin. My wife pretty well covered everything, but I've learned a lot in this class because I didn't know anything. Nothing. My wife, I'm used to all field work, even a heavy equipment operator, and I never had a business. So I never know what happened inside, how to start a business, how to do it, or anything. So my wife, she's smart. She showed me a lot of stuff too. She is a accounting too. We was in the class and we was kind of going over some things in the class about taxes and your financial plan, and she said we was going over something about a car wash. If you own a car wash, what would you do to make things better? And we was going over some numbers in her and Cecilio, and I said, "Oh, y'all crunching numbers too good. You're not looking out for the employees." I said, "We're trying to make money, not give it away." So I learned a lot in the class, and I hope me and my wife be a success in our daycare business to help children in the Hutto area. And I'm going to use this as my business plans also. I still want to buy me a few trucks, and I want to drive again. So I'm going to use my business plan also and get me a trucking company and go in business, see if I can be a success and deliver some material to Hutto, in Austin area, and all over. So I'm going to use this in the future time. And I had a very good time.
I think one of the last things we have is we'd like to have a group picture of all the participants. You can keep your certificates at the table. We'll just have a group picture. And of course, last but not least, we're going to have cake. So we're going to have that. So thanks again for coming. Thank you all again for coming tonight. Remember that. Remember all that you've accomplished as you participated in this program. And I wish for success in your business and other endeavors. Thank you very much.